Can one person really make a difference? We'll introduce you to a local woman who's had a lifelong impact on her community.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Williams.
And I'm Melissa Chavez. Welcome to Evening Edition, your source for Inland Empire news. Well, if you live in the Riverside area, there's a good chance that you've heard the name Eddie Smith. She's 96 years young and continues to impact her community every single day. UC Riverside and freelance photographer Peter Phun recently created a tribute in honor of the community activist. Evening Edition's Mara Graber takes a look at her lifelong achievements.
Never in my life have I ever had anything like this to happen, where the people seem to realize that what I did was just doing, just as I am. But then when it comes back to me, when it's returned to saying, they don't realize what I, in a sense, what I have done, I did for people. I never, did you tell them? You should tell them.
You're an amazing woman.
Just do it.
I'm in Rubidoux at the Eddie Dee Smith Center. This is a story about dedication, admiration, and proof that it doesn't matter how old you are. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Eddie Dee Smith is a remarkable woman. She has been a driving force in helping others in the Inland Empire since the 1940s. I may have never met her, however, if her path had not crossed that of freelance photographer Peter Phun's 20 years ago. He has been capturing images of her and her good works ever since. Recently, he introduced me to her.
I was a photography intern in the photo department of the Press Enterprise. That was in 1987 when I first met Eddie Dee Smith. There was a lot of people swarming around her, and she was just very cheerful, and it was very genuine, the feeling I got from my first time meeting her.
And Daddy, now his pictures are in the library in San Francisco, where he helped to get Women Boards Association started, in the library up in there. Someone took them and put them there, Dixon David Aikens.
So you come from a line of people that get things started,
yes.
Get organizations going, and get
yes.
get people working together?
Yes. That's undoubtedly now. If I go in there and call, I want 5 people now, they'd come. But they get good idea, I can't, but I'll send so-and-so and so to come help me.
To say that Eddie Dee Smith is humble is an understatement. To say that she has helped the lives of thousands of others during her lifetime is probably also an understatement. Hearing her life story of giving was eye-opening and heart-wrenching. I interviewed her in her Rubidoux home, where she lives with her caretaker, Darla.
I was taught by my father. My mother died. My two stepmothers, they didn't care. And my step-grandmother said, don't ever turn anyone down. And my father, those two, kept it all my life. Parties, I just loved dancing in Oakland when I lived there. But my life stayed on doing, reaching, helping somebody along the way.
To read a list of Eddie Dee's works over the years, one wonders when she found the time to help so many while keeping a home, spending time with her husband, and working full-time. It's astounding that at 97, she is still trying to make a difference. Last fall, UCR commissioned a video biography of her life. The videographer was Peter Phun.
I have to say that it wasn't until this video tribute that I did back in September that I saw that, she's the real deal, because I got to spend a few minutes with about 20 people that came in on their own time, and they spoke their hearts and soul about her, and some of these people were you could actually hear like their voices cracking when they talked about her, and that's something that I'm so thankful to be a part of.
So I just wanted to take a little bit of time this afternoon to stop by and say how much I appreciate her and working with her through many, many years. I think one of the first projects that Eddie and I and a lot of other people in the community worked on was the Jensen Alvarado Ranch. And then just many more projects. But anyway, just I'm glad to have this opportunity to do this.
If I tried to list all of the many groups and organizations that Eddie Dee has started or worked with over the years, I'd run out of time. But from Brownies and Girl Scouts to the PTA and local school board, Eddie Dee was involved, though she had no children of her own. She started at least 2 churches, worked tirelessly in registering voters, formed organizations to assist families in need, and created a senior center. Why have you kept giving all this time?
It's just a part of me to reach out and help others, to give, to do. If they didn't have the food, a lady told me in church Sunday, I forgot that, and I've got to get on that everything she had burned down, and I'm reaching her, and now I have things I can give her. I'm going to give her. There's a school that had people that burned down, or anyone, if I knew, can hear, or through the where we pay our wallet and all. Eddie, did you know so-and-so? And said, yes. I'm here. What am I saving all this for? Why don't I want to be such a big shot? All this stuff here that I have won't given to me. A lady died just about 3 weeks ago. Told her husband, give them to Eddie Dee. All my life. All my life.
The Eddie Dee Smith Senior Center is a wonderful tribute to a woman who has touched the lives of so many, and thankfully, now that includes mine. She doesn't think she's all that remarkable a person, but we at Evening Edition know differently about Eddie Dee Smith. What a world this would be if there were more people like her.
I think a lot of politicians, through getting to know her, I think they got suckered in to do the work. I mean, that's what's amazing about her.
Don't get too close to her. She'll have you involved in doing something. You people have been so kind to me, so kind. I've never in my life had anything, nothing. I cry with joy, with joy to think that you take your time to come and help me.
We want to find out about you.
Oh, what can you do with it?
For more information about the tribute, log on to peterphun.com.